I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 94th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. Woo! I empower professional entrepreneurs who feel disqualified to overcome toxic environments and self-doubt, to take decisive action, lead boldly in identity, and to persevere, all anchored in faith. Before we dive into today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you guys, the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast by Jenée Hudson. This is where you can watch all of the episodes, share them, and of course, subscribe. The link is in the bio, and it will be in the episode of this caption. All right, time for the shirt. So today's shirt says, "No time for toxic people," which is simply a reminder that through the last couple of years, I get to, want to, and love to simply choose peace and perseverance. This is a perfect transition into today's topic called "Don't Pause Your Peace." That being said, first, allow me to share some eye-opening statistics. The first one is, according to the State of Mental Health in America 2025, report, 23.4% of U.S. adults experienced some form of mental illness in the past year. And over 60 million people were involved, obviously. Wow, that's a lot. And then second, between 2021 and August 2023, U.S. data from National Center of the Health Statistics show that 13.1% of adolescents and adults aged 12 plus have experienced depression in the past 2 weeks of that actual time frame. And 87.9% reported some level of difficulty in their actual work, home, or social life just because of it. Man. And then lastly, according to the World Health Organization, globally, over 1 billion people live with mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression, even underscoring that internal battle and peacekeeping aren't isolated struggles, but shared human realities. That is just not good. So as entrepreneurs, or just simply within our actual journeys in this season of just such external noise, demands, and pressure, peace often feels like a luxury just rather than a necessity, right? But know that peace is a non-negotiable ingredient to simply just sustain that impact and authentic leadership. So before we dive in, I want to acknowledge also that October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Therefore, in homes across the world, you guys, many endure emotional, verbal, physical, or financial abuse behind closed doors. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month, where we honor survivors, fighters, and those we've lost while being encouraged to prioritize our actual health. And let's not forget, October 10th is World Mental Health Day. A call to check on ourselves and on others, to talk openly about mental health, and to make peace not just a goal, but a practice. So some of these stories within such awareness, this awareness months and days that's going on, never make the headlines, you guys. But their wounds run deep. So if you're healing, or if you know of someone who is, let's just make this message serve as like hope, strength, and as a reminder that your peace actually does matter. Great evening, Queen yourself. By the way, someone just said great evening, Queen. So today I want to encourage you, not by asking you to like escape or to wait, excuse me, but to simply just equipping you to protect your internal world and or journey, even in the middle of external storms. All right. Because, the real test of influence, growth, or even business is not only like in seasons of calm, but it's like how well we persevere, or how we actually even perceive peace when everything else is pressing. All right. So with all that being said, let's get started. So here are 3 giftful gems for today's topic. Gift number 1 is titled, Protect Your Peace Within. Peace isn't just like something the world hands you. We all know that, right? It's something you actually protect from the inside out. So when the noise outside is loud, your most powerful move is deciding like what gets access to your inner like climate. Guarding your peace means setting internal boundaries, you guys, with as much intention as you would like do when you like lock the door at your home. All right. So of course, here are 3 actionable steps to assist you along the way. First, one way to actually start is by creating what I call a peace pause protocol. So before actually replying to like a heavy email, or phone call, engaging in conflict, which we don't never want to do that. If we can avoid it, don't do that. Or even saying yes to like a new demand that someone's coming at you with, do this for yourself. Pause for 60 seconds. All right. Breathe in and out, and then ask yourself, will this align with me, or will it drain me? All right. Then doing this is going to have like a small check-in, which will help to pretty much like prevent big energy leaks, you guys. Energy leaks. All right. Second, for like the practical help, you want to get with something called the Nedra Glover Tawabs, and it's called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It's an actual workbook, you guys. You're going to love it. This offers like concrete exercises for spotting like where you're like overextended, and it will actually like teach you like how to reclaim that positive space, which we all need, right? And then lastly, on that tech side, you want to try tools like Forest, or there's one called Focus Keeper. And this can block like distractions, and even like allowing you to dictate daily peace time, you guys, just for you. All right. It's very, very helpful. So I tell you to check it out. And it's also going to help with like over time, these practices, they're going to actually turn into a firewall, you guys, that keeps clarity in and chaos out. All right. And it's going to help you to just like stay centered for the most part, which we all need that in our life, no matter how noisy life gets. All right. Okay. Gift number 2. Gift number 2 is titled Anchor in Peaceful Routines. All right. So, peace doesn't just arrive by accident. Not at all, right? It's intentionally cultivated just like through the rhythms that you choose to live by and that we all choose to live by. All right. So like the habits that you repeat, even the smallest ones, either like they restore your energy or they slowly drain like everything away. All right. So to help us with this area, of course, I want to give you some actionable steps just to assist you along the way. So first, to make this actual like practical, try tools like Insight Timer app. That's a really good app for like guided mindfulness, and it helps with the breaks of you being mindful, right? Or you can use Calmery. That's what it's called. It's an online resource that just simply pairs like reflection exercises with access to like professional mental health support, you guys, especially with the mental things going on within, unfortunately, all of us these days and others. Is going to help to support you in these ways. And guess what? It's free. So that will help you. Next, if you're like more tangible, the Best Self Co.journal offers prompts, you guys, that focus especially on like setting intentions, tracking emotional triggers, and recording gratitude. All practices proven to reduce overwhelm, you guys. That is a phenomenal resource of help. And then finally, for those who need like physical reminders, setting up the environmental signals, you guys, like keeping a water bottle at your desk or using a sunrise alarm clock, just to wake gently instead of like to a like jarring buzz. That's going to help you more. All right. This can help just like shift your routine from like draining to restorative. And we all need that, right? So try it out. All right. Last but not least is gift number 3. That's titled Align Success with Peace. This is one of my favorite ones of the evening, you guys. So, one of the biggest reasons that people lose their peace, you guys, is because they're actually chasing someone else's like definition of success. And we've got to stop that. We don't do it on purpose, but we do it, right? So we get caught in like the grind of do more, be more, or prove more, right? And then we end up like measuring our own worth by like how busy we are, you guys, instead of like how fulfilled we feel or we should feel. So that true success it's not about like consistent hustle. I had to learn that the hard way, you guys. It's about like that alignment. I had to literally come to know that it's not about all that hustle that I was doing to grow my 3 businesses or myself, right? It's about that alignment with all that I was actually doing, right? So see it this way. Like when your goals, work, and that like lifestyle reflect your core values, you guys, peace stops being like something that you like hope to find for the most part, right? And instead it becomes like that natural result of like how you actually live and how you want to live. All right. So of course, I want to give you 3 actionable steps to help you in this area as well. So the first one, to start like realigning, try using something such as the IKEA framework. And what that is it's a Japanese model that helps you identify, and it's like that intersection of what you actually love, all right, or what you're good at, or like what the world needs, within your business along your journey, and what can be paid for, you guys. That's going to help you big time with that. And that's a phenomenal one, by the way. And then number 2 is another practical tool to help with this. And it's a tool in Notion, and these are apps, or the Trello boards is what it's called. And this is going to help you to map like those priorities with like categories like must do, nice to do, and like not for me anymore. You guys need to do that one. I love this one, by the way, because sometimes like peace comes from like learning what to release, and then having these protocols in place to help you along the way is going to help you to streamline all of this and all that chaos that you do not need to be a part of. Let me tell you, take it from me. I had to learn the hard way, like I said. So it's going to help you with what to learn, to release, and what not to add by using this. All right. And then lastly, for number 3 is for reflection. And you want to look at books like Essentialism by Greg McKeown. Or there's another one called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. And that one actually provides strategies to simplify and focus without guilt, you guys. How wonderful is that, right? All right. Well, guess what? That concludes the gifts and the amazing gems from today's episode. Number 94, you guys. Yes! But remember, don't pause your peace when like pressures arise. Don't do that to yourself, all right? Or even when like external systems fail, or they seem like they're going to fail or betray you, you guys. Because like your peace is your first line of defense. I know I had to learn that. And it's your hidden power. That's very important to remember, all right? So whether you're building a business, healing from trauma, managing conflict, or walking through a tough season, like unfortunately life be lifing, right? Protect your peace fearlessly. You owe that to yourself. So I'm gonna like give you guys like something to do for the most part. Start today, 'cause I'm all about that action today. I want you to simply just choose peace over the panic, boundaries over the burnout, and strategy over the shame. All right. Can we do that? I know you can do that for yourself. I do it all the time for mine, and you're going to be glad that you did. And simply just know that your peace is not negotiable. Mine surely is not. All right. So as always, you guys, you are very much appreciated. I thank you guys so much for just tuning in to this 94th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with me, Jenée Hudson, your uplifter. I am so grateful for you. Know this also. Please make sure that you continue to follow me, you guys, and share if you want ongoing and actionable. I give you the actionable gems and stuff like that, and inspiring content, all right? But until next time, keep the faith and have a very blessed day and prosperous journey on purpose. Thanks so much for tuning in. Later.